Hello everyone, welcome back to Pick Up Play. This is Phonopolis, which is a new game from Amanita Designs, who you probably have seen their games around even if you don't recognise the name. So they're probably the most famous game is Machinarium, but they did, I always pronounce this wrong, Somerset, which I think has had quite a long legacy, and they did Chuchel, which I love Chuchel. I remember playing it whilst I was moving house one year, and yeah, really, really good. And Happy Game, which I've not played, Botanicula, which again, really, really enjoyed. So this is, let's just pretend you haven't seen some of this stuff, because this is, I finished the game last night. So I'm going to pick, we'll pick a scene a little way in. Should I pick this? I want to pick something that shows a bit of what the game is like, and yeah, we'll go here. And then maybe we'll get to this bit by the time I've sort of finished. So you, the plot of the game is that you're this guy, Felix, or Felix as it's pronounced, and he.
What was that? A dream? Was I really dreaming? That's impossible. I haven't had dreams in a very long time. No one in the city has.
Okay, am I going to get to talk? Okay, he's getting up. So, this is all made out of... I don't know if I can look around. Can I look around? Doesn't seem to let me. It did... Oh yeah, there we go. I can sort of drag and look around. Don't know if it's actually made out of card or if it's just made to look like it's out of card. I'm not sure, because this doesn't look like real card to me. But anyway, you're Felix, and he's got headphones on. And he's a worker, and everyone... There's these tannoys that go off, and everyone just gets back to work. And it's a very regimented society where there's no music, there's no relaxation, there's no fun. Everyone's got a role to play, and he puts his headphones on, and all of a sudden he can't hear the commands, and so he is... living his own life, and he's trying to save people. There's the absolute tone is coming, if you saw that down there. I maybe could have clicked on that. But yeah, that is going to be it for everyone. They're all going to have to work forever. So we need to get over here, which he yeah, he's struggling. So we're currently getting chased by things. Let's peel that off and that off. We can do this one. Oh, I've got to do this one. I played through this on Steam Deck, and it seemed like quite a good Steam Deck game with the... sometimes when you need to rotate things, so this one I'm just clicking on, and you probably, unfortunately, hear that on the microphone. But, oh, he's heading across. Okay, can we get past this? No. Oh yeah, okay, so we need to work. So, the thing with their games, and I'm going to... Let me just stop. So you can see where I'm cutting through this here. Chuchel did this really well, where you sort of play about with it, and you work it out just by messing with the scene and doing things, and where I have a bit of an issue with this game is Chuchel felt smaller. It felt just like a little location. It was all white background, and you'd have 2 or 3. It's like a cartoon, Chuchel. I really, really recommend it. But there was only X number of things to interact with. So I don't remember ever getting stuck with Chuchel, whereas with this, I have sort of struggled a little bit at points just to know what I'm supposed to do, where I'm supposed to look, what I'm supposed to interact with. So these are the guards that were chasing us. So I suppose this will act as a solution to some bits, if any of these bits you're stuck on. Yeah, it's very music based and sound based, and Yeah, it's. I suppose I'm getting to the point a bit quickly, but uh-oh. But I'm not sure how much I enjoyed Phonopolis.
What have I gotten myself into? The police won't just leave me be from now on. And who is this Rachel, and how come no one remembers her? Could it be that everyone in the city has lost their memory? And haven't these loudspeakers always been here?
So I quite like the idea of it, and there's certain, they call them scenes, like, so this is a particular scene, this area here, and then we'll open up another scene. I've quite liked some of them. It's the ones where you just are poking around and being like, I don't know what it's asking of me. I don't know where to begin with this, or oh right, you know, I've looked at a solution. It's this thing that I didn't even know was a thing, or I was poking at, but I didn't realise I had to just double click on it rather than try and turn it, or you know. And I have had a couple of puzzles where, particularly right at the end of the game, there's a couple where, one in particular involving food is as far as the detail as I'll go. You can get yourself in the position where you need to hit resume. You can't. So you need to restart that scene. You can't do it. You get stuck, and it happened a few times. I mean, it happened sort of 2 or 3 times, which is not ideal when you don't know if you're if you're looking at something being like, have I fucked this up, or is this broken? I can't tell.
Won't budge.
So we can interact with some stuff. Are they all the same? Like, genuinely, I've forgotten what I'm supposed to be doing. Let's go all grey again. That's grey. That's grey. Okay, so we've solved grey. Right, so now we can do this. And... so, because we solved grey, it now means we can solve... I think we need to make everything blue. There we go. So let's make everything spotty. So somewhere along the line, one of these isn't right. This is the kitchen, right? So... okay, tell you what, let's do the toilet. I can't see a difference between these. Oh, that's where the kitchen one would have been. Right. So that means that's probably right. That's probably right. Oh, there we go. We got red. So let's do the other red. Which must be that. That. Okay. So, now what we could do, these are the tannoys. So we could do that again. See, this is her role. Okay. So we've broken that tannoy now, which will mean you get stuff like this where that's blue, so blue is him. So now he is having his hair done. So we could do that. And she'll now go and get a beer. I actually can't remember. Okay, let's have a look at this one. So the reason that worked, and we did it that way, is because the reason that worked, and we did it that way, not that I did it deliberately, I just sort of forgot how to do it and then accidentally solved it, is he isn't strong enough to pull this off the wall, but she's bigger than him. So, we need to... I think I accidentally solved this straight away last time as well. So we've got a cleaner. And you'll notice she's mopping here. And if I do this, she pushes him out of the way. I can't go anywhere. If I try now, I'm not going to try. Actually, because I don't know what it'll do. But I suspect Felix will say, this is a bad idea, I'll be spotted. But essentially, you can see what I'm doing. I'm working on my way, and we've got someone here, right? The wife. Not the most exciting thing, but once you solve this, once you work out what this is, because I initially pushed them both down here, thinking I could then come up here. Or that I could just go in, you know what I mean, they were both facing this way, whatever, we're fine. But, yeah, you know, it does feel, once you've solved, you've poked at a thing, you're like, oh yeah, cool, I've worked this out. Like, that's when Phonopolis is at its best, I think, is when everything clicks and you're just like, oh yeah, okay, I got it now. So this is another one where I might struggle, but I at least get the concept of this one now. But I don't remember how to solve it, but I remember vaguely how to solve it. So clicking on it shows us the inside, and then we've got this we can touch, this we can touch. Oh, sorry, it's not that touches, it's this, and it opens up. So I'll show you what happens if I move this to positive. That does that. If I bring this round and move that to positive, we're speeding up. And if I were to move this to positive, we're moving this, right? So what I want now, I think, is this. No, I'm wrong. I think I want this. Okay, so maybe we need to speed up first. No, he's on there now. Okay. So we've dealt with this guy. Let's bring this all the way down. And let's go full speed and see what happens. Nothing. What if we go slow speed? We got rid of that guy. So if we go... Oh, let's go full speed again. And let's get him all the way to the top. And can we do it again? Yep. And then do we do this? There we go. But you see there's nothing telling you to click on that, to click on the disc, to then start, you know, you just poke around until you find... When it's good, and that was a scene that I liked at the time, when it all sort of pieces together, I'd like Phonopolis for doing that. But there was too many points, particularly towards the end, where
I'm off my back for a while.
I didn't really get it, and particularly this area. This is somewhere I wanted to talk about. So we can look at this.
Every ride I take turns into a wreck.
And you've got tannoys here that I know people start to work.
The grocery store. Out of stock again, I guess. This is our house of culture and leisure.
So we've been in here. We actually came out early on here, and there's a thing here. There's I think we might need... Don't know if we need something from there eventually. I can't remember.
The three elders. I wonder what happened to them.
So yeah, we can poke around. The problem is sometimes that if you need to get in somewhere, it can be a bit... I don't know where I need to be, what I need to do. Like it. I was playing on Steam Deck, so this is, I suppose, a particular Steam Deck problem. It's a very small. It's a small world on Steam Deck. It's there's not a lot to. You're missing a lot of the detail, I suppose, and so it can be.
Three elders. I wonder what happened to them.
Let's move these. So I actually forget what we're supposed to do here. But maybe we're trying to get up here. It might tell us. Okay, we've got up. So we need to go here. I think this will work. So this doesn't happen very often. I don't even remember it happening on the Steam Deck version. But it probably needs more of this sort of stuff. Where it's like, yeah, you could do this. Ooh, so you can only drop it on these axes. And then you could do that. So we need this. And then we need that. And you can see that matches now. And I think it's 3, 4, 5, I suppose then. So these puzzles, I kind of like them, but there are times where you just like, I have no idea what I was supposed to be doing there. So we need to go higher up. So we solve this, like, these puzzles, I quite like, early on I quite like these. I did hit a bit of a wall on some of them. But this, we need a dot, right? So we need, if I'll show you here. If I were to put that there, you get these. Otherwise it'll just pass through and you'll get the same. So we need, essentially we need potentially there, could be there, but I think here might do it. No, because that'd be a 3, wouldn't it? So we need that won't work. So let's move this. Okay, that's not working at all, is it? But we do need a red. So what if we did this? Would that work? No. Would that work? Yep. There you go. So again, like, that was simple enough to sort of poke at and work out. It can occasionally be nightmarish. So this one's 1 red. But these are the wrong shape. Oh no, that's fine. So I think what we might be able to do is... And then... No, let's try this. There you go. Well, I'll maybe do one more scene. I know I haven't been talking through this a lot. I don't know what else to say to it. It just... I like the look of it. It should work on Steam Deck. I mean, it runs fine on Steam Deck. But I will say, when I had to wind things...
Place. Dustmen aren't even allowed here. This is where they watch everything, keep records and track our every move. These bureaucrats, they're the ones ruling over our lives.
So, like I said, having mouse control is recommended, I would say. It does work on Steam Deck, but there was a couple bits where I had to rotate something, and the analog stick didn't love it, or it didn't love the analog stick input. It's a bit too small to this area. It's hard to explain because now I'm playing on a monitor, but you'd see what I mean if you're playing on Steam Deck.
Phonopolis. That's where they run the city.
So we can't, if I try and...
the avant-garde quarter. Only the city's finest are allowed in. The leader's inner circle.
So we can't... I don't think we can go in there yet, but like...
The leader's had new posters put up. I'm not going there.
So we can't go there because they're looking for us. I actually can't remember what we're supposed to be doing. But if we try and go in here, I think it tells us we need a pass.
I can only enter the avant-garde quarter with a pass.
So let's try and go in here. I think... He's blocking our way. Okay. I might choose to leave it here. But this, I think you probably see what I mean. That I'm not entirely sure where we're supposed to go.
No way. Is that her again? And she's with the leader? Is Rachel really going to sing the absolute tone? The canteen is closed. Ah, yes, the Department of Request Denial.
So yeah, poking around here. Let's see if we can get in here. I mean, there's an X.
Bureau closed. These inspectors keep an eye on the workers' well-being.
But something just to say, like, yeah, you need to be here.
The Central Committee of Phonopolis. That's where they run the city.
Because, yeah, there's nothing here. Just need something like a reminder of, I need a pass. I need this. Just something to... Oh, he's gone. Okay. We should be able to get in here now. I don't know why we couldn't get in. But I'll tell you what.
For instance, in an abandoned tunnel.
I am going to call it there. Because I don't want to spoil the story too much. But, yeah, that is... Let's go back to title. That's Phonopolis, and I kind of liked it. I kind of was very frustrated with it at points. I don't like it as much as Chuchel, as Machinarium, as Botanicula. I haven't actually played Happy Game yet. I feel like there's one other that I'm missing that I enjoyed of theirs. But it's not quite on that level in some ways. But at the same time, I think it's creatively is probably up there with their best stuff. It's like there's so much going on. It looks great. It sounds pretty good. I'm not sold massively on the performance of the narrator, but personal choice on that. But there's a lot to like about it, and then you get stuck, and it just needs to be, like I said there. Like I could have just done with I don't know. You're poking around in a way you maybe can be a bit frustrating. The adventure game way of like I'm just clicking on things, I don't know why I'm doing it, and it can be a bit frustrating sometimes when you solve something and you're like, what? This seems really simple now. I'm looking at it like this, but I'd obviously just started in completely the wrong direction. So I think maybe like a reset scene button or something. What it does do well, and there are certain scenes that would probably show you it. I think this one is a prime example, but with it being later on, I'm not gonna show it. It's quite good at telling you like, yeah, you've done this bit, like you've made progress, and you can see you've made progress. It's even telling you. And towards the end of the game, there was a point where it was saying, this thing's weird, I wonder what it's useful for. So it was telling you, you need this. You need to interact with this. But it's not quite telling you like, that looks suspicious. It will do that at 1 or 2 points. But it's not like, I should warm this up. I should make this. This doesn't make enough sound. It can be a bit, a little too vague for its own good, I suppose. But at the same time, it's fairly short. Like, I think my Steam clock says like 5 hours. And if you're better at adventure games than I am, you'll get through it quicker. But yeah, I think slightly disappointing, but only because I really like a lot of their old games. Otherwise, I think I would see the appeal of this. And I did still sit and finish it. I still got through it, but it wasn't quite the fun ride that a Chuchel is, where it's just pure fun. It's just easy. It's like I don't know that I was ever stuck on Chuchel. Maybe I was. Botanicula, I don't know, I can't remember, but again, good game, good fun game. This just has that slightly uphill gradient to it at times, where it's not just this breezy toy you're playing with. You bump up against a few things, but yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you were stuck on any of those scenes, maybe that's helped you. Hopefully it has. I don't want to spoil too much, but that apartment scene, I was in there for ages before I realised what I needed to do. So hopefully it saved you a bit of time without spoiling anything right at the start of the game. But yeah, you'll pick it up again. I managed to finish it. I did have to consult a guide a couple of times, and then on a few of those occasions I did look and go, oh, I should have worked that out. That was on me. But there was definitely 1 or 2 where it's like, I didn't even realise I could do that. Which is, again, that's the weakness. But yeah, thanks for watching. Have a look around the channel, blah, 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 and I'll see you soon.